What's up, everybody? We are back, episode 33, the last episode of the year. It's been one heck of a year.
Yep.
A lot of support from a lot of people. We really appreciate that. We hope we have you guys' support throughout next season. We will be back.
Yep. Stronger, ready.
Stronger, ready.
Yeah. We'll know
Better
what to do.
predictions.
We'll have a first year under
Yeah.
on the book, so then better understanding and everything.
Yeah, so we're excited. A lot of things will probably change next year. We might have a different setup. We'll have a better camera.
Yeah.
Better camera for this. Better camera for live streaming hockey games.
Hopefully a better setup.
Yep.
Yeah,
So
more cleaner.
Get the first year jitters out, first year stuff out of the way.
Mhm.
Now we'll save up this off season, kind of have a little budget hopefully, and do some fun things here in the future. Talking about the future, we always start with Carter Sanderson. I'm gonna jump right into Carter.
Sure.
He announced today that he is going to be in the NHL draft. He's gonna be eligible to get drafted this year, which is really sweet. So hopefully, late round pick somewhere around there. We'll be watching. Hopefully he'll get drafted this year. If not, I'm assuming he can get back into it next year.
Yep.
But
I'm sure it's good to go through the process young.
Yeah,
Get
get through this process, and
Uh,
I'm excited for him because he's gonna get looked at just because he's on that Lumberjack team that just won the Clark Cup.
Yep.
So that's a good thing.
Mm-hmm.
And I think the big thing is if he can get picked up, he can go to those rookie camps. He can get into an NHL facility and
develop even more.
Exactly.
And just be better and get better and better.
So
Yeah.
that's a fun part as well. So we'll be watching him. We'll be on July 1st.
Now
Probably
we gotta
July
watch the draft.
2nd, but
Yep. Now it's worth watching the draft.
Yep.
Yeah.
So I don't expect him to go first round.
Yeah.
But
You never know.
Dude, that'd be crazy.
That'd be wild.
But,
no, that'd be awesome.
But yeah, we'll be watching. Hopefully he gets picked up.
Mhm.
Hopefully maybe the 5th to 7th round.
We'll see what team. Maybe we'll go to one of our teams,
I
our
know.
favorite teams.
I was just thinking that. I was gonna message him like, dude, LA Kings.
Future Cap. Future Cap. Good at both. Both teams are great at developing young rookies.
That
young
is very
players.
true.
So I mean, it's not a bad organization to go to. Either one of them.
I think you feel. Well, I think you get excited no matter where you go.
Yeah.
It's in the NHL, but
Mhm.
yeah, I don't know.
I'll see some teams that
maybe
develop
he's like,
better.
Wow.
Yeah. You never know. I'd be homeborn.
Gosh, dude, I'd go to a lot of. I might get season tickets for a while.
That'd be totally worth it. Yeah, just to go out and see him play.
Yeah, go see him play every once in a while.
Well, even then, some right away. I'm sure probably play in the AHL team, stuff like that.
In
Even then, though it's still
not far.
Great hockey to even watch too
Yeah.
as well. It's basically you're watching NHL guys play anyway. So
So very exciting stuff there for Carter, and again,
that's awesome.
We should be all watching out for that and see where he goes to. He's gonna have a busy summer. So July 1st to probably the 3rd. They do at least 3 days, I think, of the draft or 2, something like that.
Around
So,
there.
but yeah, that's right around the corner, and I'm excited for him for sure.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's awesome.
So,
Yeah, you're not getting much of a break this summer.
Yeah. When we had him on 2 weeks ago, when I was looking him up on the screen, I could just see he's just jacked.
Yeah.
Compared to if you go back and looked at the first video we had him, and then now he's jacked.
Yeah.
So just knowing he's just gonna get better and better and just more. I don't want to say physical, but more skilled, I guess. Lifting weights, and again, he's on the farm, dude. We know around here, farmers.
Yeah, they're born natural strength.
I'm like, look at Gus.
Yeah, right. No kidding.
Gus, and all those guys. So, but yeah. So, again, fun draft's coming up pretty darn quick, and
it helped. He's a bigger, taller kid and everything, and and watching the film, like I said, he's not afraid to go in those corners and everything. That's something teams look out for.
Exactly.
It's not like they don't need to always look at the score sheet. It's all the little things that you do on the ice that totally count.
That's why I like even the Kings and even Washington, that a lot of those teams, especially in those 6-7 rounds, that's what they look for. What are you bringing to the table? Instead, you're not. It's not gonna be the scoring, but what else do you bring?
Yeah,
so it'll be fun to see
sure.
and see if that it's gonna be on TV. Like what the commentators say.
Yeah, I know.
That'd
I'm
be
interested
dope.
to see.
That'd be
Totally
dope.
interested to see what all that
Yeah.
gets said and everything about, his what is it, his bio, I guess,
Yeah.
or
Whatever.
whatever.
Yeah. So, but yeah. So other than that, um, into South Dakota hockey now. Um, again, I guess South Dakota hockey. What? Well, okay. For South Dakota hockey, the kids in South Dakota. I know a lot of you guys are on Instagram. Um, what we plan on doing is um, finding clips um, on Capital One, City Rock there on YouTube, and we're gonna probably do 2 videos a week of a highlight of a save, a goal, or whatever. But it's gonna be mostly from state hockey. I know I have some stuff already ready to go from guys that sent us their own videos on Instagram, and so we'll be using those. So if you do have something that you guys want to get out there, send it our way through Instagram or whatever, and we can get that out there, and hopefully we can promote you guys a little bit more that way. But yeah, that Capital City is finally back on YouTube. That's now maybe been a month now or so. So we're able to use that. I've been on there nonstop. I will already say the first video is going to be the 3-goal comeback that we had, and then the following one will be the game winner of Sioux Falls, that hat trick for them. So just to give you out, we got to start off with Aberdeen.
Nah.
I'm sorry. It's just the bottom line. We have to. So, but after the first week, after I do Aberdeen and Sioux Falls game there, more than likely, I will probably go down and do Aberdeen Brookings and just kind of go down the list. So I'll try to find some goals and other things from teams that didn't make it. It's going to be a little tough, of course, but I'll try my best on to finding what I can on that. But that is the plan for the summer, to get us at least some videos out there and to showcase you guys a little bit more since the season's been out. I've actually wanted to do that before Capital City actually went out.
Yeah.
But now I had to wait, and so then when they came back on, I was like, well, NHL's almost over. I'll just wait until the end of the year. And then, like I said, we got videos coming out for you guys all through the summer. And so, yeah, we're excited about that. So we're not going to be just done with this one, and you ain't going to see us until whatever, September, when we start up again. So, but yeah, we're going to try to be active again on our social medias with trades, updates, and things like that. I'm not, I know there's trades that happen during the not free agency, but the draft. So, but usually it's nothing too crazy. If it is, it's something in the first round that gets crazy. But
the big crazy has been happening now is just like the coaching vacancies, and then a couple other things that we'll get into later. But it's not like not until I think July 1st, anyways, can really happen.
Yeah. Yep. July 1st is what's gonna be big, which happens in a few weeks. But they'll start with that draft, and they might be moving that out of LA. Not sure yet. They're waiting to see if everything calms down.
Yeah.
But yeah, so very very fun things ahead for that. Getting videos out. Hopefully I can find a way to make it easier so I don't have to download the whole 3-hour game. But it'll be a challenge. I'll probably have to clip it on my phone and use it that way.
No, yeah.
But yeah, so excited for that. Also in South Dakota hockey, so we will more than likely do 2 episodes a month. We'll come out probably every Tuesday. We'll probably end up, or we might switch it up. We might go every Wednesday or whatever. We're going to figure out a new schedule for next year. Whatever works best for both of us. I know Bauer and I both really would love to live stream the Cougar Hockey Boys team and girls as much as possible. Again, it'd take up a lot of time, but I think we're both willing to do that.
Yeah. I want to do that. I want to try to get as much as I can for both the girls and boys side.
So we're gonna try our best to do that again next year. That's one of our main focuses. I will say, I'm not sure if I even said it on here, but I will. I do hope to be the head coach for the Aberdeen Cougars boys team. for the varsity team here. So that's another reason why we're going probably only 2 videos a month, just because I'm going to be busy. If I get it.
Yeah.
Now, if I don't get it, well, yeah, we maybe go,
we are doing a lot more.
Yeah, we'll be doing. If I don't get it, I will say we will be doing a lot of games, live streaming games.
Yeah.
I think if that's the case, we would even plan on going out of town to do a game that has some hype to it.
Yeah.
So
yeah, like a game of the week.
Yeah. So we have different things we would love to do. It just all kind of depends on if I get this coaching job or not.
Still waiting.
Still waiting. I plan to know before July 1st. Is what they've kind of been telling me. I just applied just last week. They finally came out with registration. So I wait. I keep waiting. So so yeah. So I'm hoping for the best, and I think it'd be a fun opportunity to do that. I'm excited for it.
Yeah, we could get maybe some nice interviews for the head coach here after some games. Yeah, I know he'd be willing to, definitely, for you guys, do some interviews after games.
Yeah, in my car.
Yeah, and be mic'd up behind the bench even. We could mic him up behind the bench.
A kid tried. The kids actually did that once for warm-ups, and then they realized apparently in the rule book they cannot have anything on there.
Oh, really?
They can't.
I thought
there's a kid that's done it before, but
wasn't there a kid I thought that wore a GoPro on his helmet, or maybe that was it. Didn't refs used to do that?
I don't know.
I swear I've seen.
I've seen a ref do it.
Yeah.
But I haven't seen a player. But
yeah, a player is different, I guess.
Yeah, so I don't know. But yeah, on the bench, I don't know that. I wouldn't want to see that side of me. Yeah, I wouldn't want to see that side. I'd be probably swearing a lot. I wouldn't swear a lot. I know I wouldn't, but underneath my breath, I probably would.
Oh yeah.
I'd be like, just come on, guys. But no. Again, super excited for that. I hope I get it. If I had to put it a percentage, I'm like 85-90% positive I will be the head coach. So yeah, exciting things happening for me in this, and hopefully that I can say the Aberdeen Cougar hockey. I just, if I do get the job, I hope we make it to state. That's the bottom line. That's the goal. So yeah, super fun things, exciting stuff happening with everything right now, and yeah, I don't know. I think that's about it for South Dakota hockey. And I know, the Team South Dakotas are getting together. They're doing some stuff. Got a few kids from Aberdeen, I know. The 18U is pretty much all Brookings and Sioux Falls, mostly Sioux Falls, which is crazy. But yeah, so good, good for them. I wasn't expecting to see all that. I didn't see any Rapid guys.
Well, I'm curious if any went.
Yeah.
Or if any of the other ones, after they went and already.
But again, a lot of
and won.
Yeah, you gotta to think about. A lot of these other guys are playing other sports.
A lot of Rapid guys play baseball too.
A lot of Rapid guys play baseball and things like that. So, so yeah, you just Team South Dakota, it's over the summer. You gotta go practice. You gotta do this and that.
Yeah.
So
yeah, a lot of our kids in South Dakota, they're doing multi-sports most of the time, because I feel like a lot of kids, like, they just focus on like hockey, and so they'll still do it through the summer. But a lot of the kids around here, most of them do baseball and other things like that. So they keep pretty busy outside of hockey. So.
Yeah. So exciting things for that. Hopefully they can
bring home some hardware.
Some hardware. Yeah, that's about it. So, but yeah. So tonight is June 17th, which means this is Game 6 of the Stanley Cup Finals. Florida Panthers are up 3-2. That game's about to start here in about 20 minutes, our time right now.
Hopefully.
Yeah, this is a big one. If Bauer said this before we went live here or started recording, Florida wins tonight in 6, or I'm sorry, Panthers win tonight in 6, or Oilers will win tomorrow or on Saturday, Game
7,
or Friday. It'd be Friday, Game 7. And I said, well, that's a good thing, but I think Florida's going to win it tonight at home.
I mean, the way it's been going, So far, every game, Florida has scored the first goal. Florida has scored the first goal every game, and they've dominated the first period every single game. Obviously, we've seen what the big factor is between both teams, and it's goaltending. I don't think it can be any more obvious, really.
Yeah.
If you're going back and forth between starting Pickard and Skinner. Started Pickard last game. You see how that went. When you bring him in, he's unstoppable.
Yeah.
But like when you started him though,
good.
Again, down early right away. And so tonight they're back to Skinner. It's so weird. I don't know. You see, like when they do those interviews on the benches, like those things on the bench, you have the guys on the benches, and they're right. It's like, can you pick a better spot? You're right next to the goal, and you're talking about him.
Yeah.
And like, I get it. This time, it was in a good sense of them saying like, you gotta start Skinner game 6. But it's like in my head, I'm like, dude, you're just saying that to say that. Sometimes, sometimes I feel like you're just saying that so then like these guys don't get up and smack you in the face, because it's got to be so awkward and uncomfortable sitting in the booth or down there on the benches, and you're talking about, especially when he got pulled.
Yeah.
He get pulled when Ottinger got pulled, and you had Ray Ferraro sitting there talking about him getting pulled. Dude, after that whole sequence and everything, I'm Ottinger. The last thing I want to hear is a guy on national TV talking about the situation that I'm in and everything. I don't care if he's agreeing and against what happened and is on my. I don't like that. To me, that wouldn't be like, dude, just please just shut up and go away. It's like I think they've got to have a better solution to that. I feel like I don't know.
Yeah. It's tough. That's tough. It's just part of business, and it's just. But yeah, you think you could ask somebody else.
Yeah,
not the guy sitting right next to him. But,
or have him sit somewhere. I don't know, like maybe move the goalies across on the other side of the damn bench.
Yeah,
because that's where they originally sat. Why the hell are the goalies sitting now, right in the middle, right, and where the box is? Like I don't understand that.
No idea. But
might as well just ask him right there. Hey, what are your thoughts right away on that?
Why'd you let in 3 goals and 20 or 6 shots?
2 goals and 2 shots, right? We know it's your defenders, but what do you have to say about it? Like, oh my god.
Yeah. So, but that goaltending for Edmonton, that's Florida. Bob is he's getting better and better each game.
Really,
it's just the bottom line. You're gonna squeeze some by him, but he's getting better and better. The game was game 5 when it went 2-2 in overtime.
4.
I'm sorry. Yes, I meant to tie the series 2-2.
Oh.
But yes, it was 4-4. Went to overtime, and Edmonton won on a dumb it hit off 2 skates.
Draisaitl when he put it in one hand, just trying to center, and it hit off Florida guy, and it went 5-hole.
So, stuff like that's gonna happen again. I think if Florida wins, that's gonna be some type of goal like that.
Yeah.
But anyways, that's gonna be their biggest thing. And talking about Edmonton, and since this is our last episode. That their roster, we looked at it this last game. I was at Landon's and whatnot, and Avery Dean was there, and he looked up their roster and what they're gonna who's leaving.
Mm-hmm.
Literally, half of their roster is free agents.
Yeah,
it is crazy.
Mm-hmm.
So
they're all old too.
Yeah,
they're the oldest team in the league.
Yeah.
Average.
So that's why I don't believe they're going to win it this year because they got older and you can't tell me they got better out of that. Mm-hmm. But going back to what's going to happen next year with them, one, they're going to pay McDavid, big number, but which almost sucks because you're already paying Draisaitl, who's I believe the highest paid player in the league, and now you're going to get McDavid, who's probably going to has to surpass that. And now you have almost what the Wild had in Suter and Parise.
Yeah.
Of these 2 big contracts. Of course, I believe Draisaitl and McDavid are going to perform very well.
Mm-hmm.
But now it's rental spots is what you're feeling for the rest of those contracts. You're filling the spots of this, and this.
Mm-hmm.
So the question would be, for McDavid, right? Does he want to keep going? I'm assuming he wants to bring the cup back to Edmonton. There's just no doubt about it.
Yeah.
And I think, no matter what, McDavid's going to have a cup at some point. In his career, he's going to have it. If he doesn't, he'll be the best player without.
Everyone won.
Yeah. Be crazy. So he's definitely going to win one. But the question is going to be.
With the Oilers?
With the Oilers or not. And so, does he take this big payday and still have to overperform every single year. Like, it's just you cannot have a down year, right? Or do you take a pay cut, even at Edmonton or anywhere else, take a pay cut and still try to fill good rosters? Because, dude, it is crazy on how many, like it's literally empty. Like, he just went down the list and he's like, I got to stop there, but like there's a lot more. And it's like almost 3 or 4 lines all together of guys that they're done with. And so I don't know. Edmonton, and both goaltenders are gone.
Yeah.
They're free agency. And so
well, I'm wondering if Skinner even stays. Like, I feel like they'll probably keep Pickard. I feel like they'd keep Pickard, but I think now that the relationship between Skinner and Oilers is probably skewered.
Yeah.
And I don't see him coming back. No. I see him going away, so I feel like they'll keep Pickard. Maybe start him. He might be the starter next year.
Yeah.
For them, but then you got to bring in somebody else to back him up.
And I don't know. So there's just a lot after this season. There's just a lot of question marks. I believe if you still you're still gonna have Draisaitl and McDavid, and I think with those two tantrums, you have a good chance of making the playoffs again. There's just no doubt about it. But dude, they're not gonna have as much cap space as you think. They're gonna have a new GM this year. It's gonna be crazy. It really is gonna be a crazy roller coaster for them if they don't if they don't win it. Like, they win it, then it's whatever. Do whatever you want next year.
It works. It works. Whatever you did works. But yeah, you're right. If they don't, then it shows. And I mean, it's showing. I mean, kind of, because I mean, it's already in effect as of right now, because right now McDavid and Draisaitl are leading the charge for point wise and everything in the playoffs, and obviously on the Oilers, but in the playoffs in general, with David first and McDavid and Draisaitl tied, I think, with 33 points total. But then it goes, I think Bouchard, defenseman though, is the next Oiler with the most points, and then it's Nugent Hopkins. Granted, Nugent Hopkins though is playing injured now. He's been playing this whole finals, this series injured, so he's really dropped off and hasn't really produced much at all in this finals. After that, it's a long drop off to find the next player who's produced enough. So then it's already taken effect where you just have right now all you have is David and Draisaitl who's carrying the way offensively for you. And granted, they've won 2 games. They've had to scratch and crawl to win those 2 freaking games. But yeah, they've won 2 games and they got the series. It's 3-2, but they're still down 3-2. But again, like it's showing already. It's like you can't win the cup with 2 players.
No.
You need others to surround, and like you can't. I'm like, granted, yeah, he's got others, but like they need to be better. Like and because they haven't been that good. Granted, they can be, but their depth has not come through so far in this finals compared to we see in Florida and how. We could go on all day about how Florida's been, like, unreal.
So, yeah, the big thing, like, honestly, I was just thinking about this. You gave Draisaitl this big deal. Maybe it doesn't get an effect yet, but just look at how many, veteran guys you had to bring in, guys that have been in the league a long time that are not young, right? Like you said, the oldest team.
Skinner's played how many freaking games without a playoff experience, and you finally made the playoffs. You play 1 game, you scratch him the rest of the series, the rest of the playoffs until you get to the finals.
Yeah,
you play him a game, he scores.
Yeah,
then you scratch him.
So that's what's gonna happen even more when you sign McDavid to a bigger contract, and they could get rid of all their draft picks to pick up some younger guys, which would help out. But you still got that cap issue, and so, look at them to see, the long-term injury. You could see them doing that. But I just don't see it. I don't see it happening next year for them. Again, I see them again. If you're gonna have McDavid and Draisaitl, you're gonna make the playoffs, but I don't know. It's just not going to go good. If they win this year, if they win the cup, then who cares about next year, honestly?
Yeah, you brought it back.
Yeah.
The cup hadn't been back in Canada for how long?
Yeah, but it's just, you can't get guys to come out there when you have, again, I know they've talked about it on the air about the whole salary cap and sales tax and all this stuff.
And the tax thing don't matter.
Yeah, but you're not, you can have the 2 best players, but people really don't want to go up to Canada and play.
Not even it's Edmonton.
Yeah.
I mean, because people, I think I think people are willing to go to maybe Toronto or Ottawa, maybe, because like I've been to Ottawa and I've been to Toronto. And I've got family in Ottawa, and so like it's a nice. I like the city. I would totally probably live there, like just as a regular person. So I can't imagine, you're making millions and as an NHL player, like why you wouldn't want to live there. So like I feel like it's maybe just a better place to live. I that could be crazy too. Who knows? But yeah, you're right. It's not a big market players are trying to come to. The only selling point you really got is we got McDavid, we got Draisaitl. We've got a diehard fan base and all that, like that. So.
But again, it's gonna be we got these two, but we can't give you the money you're actually worth.
Yeah, and we'll see if how that plays out. It'll be interesting to see after the finals, depending on how it ends, what will happen with the Oilers come next season and how the direction they'll go and who will they let go, who they'll bring back. Because I imagine those 1-year rentals like Arvidsson, Skinner, they're probably not coming back. I mean, maybe they will, but it's gonna be another rental. It'll be another year, maybe 2 years on the deal like that, and then be back. But there is some. I mean, they could. The Marner's available. Maybe he's like, screw this Canadian team, going to the other Canadian team, because we already know he's not signing. He's already been officially put it out. He's not returning to Toronto, so he will officially be available for any other team. So maybe he wants to be like, screw the other one. Let's go to LA, or let's go to not LA, but let's go to Oilers. But then too, they announced Malkin isn't getting extended. For the Pittsburgh. So, granted, Oilers are old, but they want to stay old. There's your guy. There's another old guy right there who's maybe still got some left in the tank, I believe. And so, granted, they just didn't extend him through this next season, so he still played this season with Pittsburgh. It's just next season after, but. But who even knows? So they could get removed during season.
Get him traded. Because
try to get draft picks. Because they need to go young. Pittsburgh needs young, and they need to develop. They're kind of going to be in a rebuild here because they don't have anybody young.
So again, that's going to be a big story coming this next year for Edmonton. So definitely watch out for that one.
Like, do they make the playoffs even next year? Like they gotta, right? With McDavid and Draisaitl, you gotta.
They have to. I don't see them not.
But could that potentially be a team where we're just like, depending on how it goes and who falls off and what can you do to get back? Like,
just think we probably wouldn't even having this conversation if the St. Louis Blues never did that offer.
Yeah, right. Because they would still have Holloway and Broberg, which would be huge. I think they are desperately needing those two right now.
Yeah,
desperately.
100%.
Because they're getting outskated even by Florida right now. Like as in a way of like speed, even like you wouldn't think of a big Florida's faster than Edmonton.
Yeah.
Huh? In what world? No, that's true. Like they're faster and they've been. I mean, I feel like Game 5 though was a little bit of like a scheduling, most like for as in Edmonton's being older, they only had a day in between, which was weird to me. Like why did you pick for when they went from Florida to Edmonton? Why would you only have a day break? But then the game after, where you go back to Florida, you get 2 days. To me, that's weird. Why wouldn't you just continue the 2 days? I don't give a shit if we're trying to compete with the NBA Finals and viewership and all that. Like that seems a little bit. I don't know.
Yeah.
Like I don't know. Unfair for the players and everything. Like, just because they couldn't get their normal 2-day rest that they've been getting throughout the whole finals.
Yeah. I don't know. I will say before we go on to Florida, and what I think what's going to happen next year, or whatever. But I will say I think every team, every video scout that's out there that watches game films or whatever, they need to focus on when McDavid is on the ice during this series, because Florida has been shutting him off. Like granted, he did score this last game, but that was
they're already down.
Well, yeah, they were down. He was, the puck was a little bit of bouncy. He got, passed back. Guys fell down, and he got wide open. But he's been quiet. Your captain's been quiet this series. And that's a lot to do with Florida and whatever they're doing. I guess I haven't really been watching. Just McDavid. I've just been watching the game in general. So either McDavid needs to step up, or Florida's just doing such a good job of shutting him down, which I think is probably the big thing. But yeah, so I think everyone around video films, they gotta watch what Panthers been doing here this series on David, and if they can teams can figure out how to do that, then they might not be able to make the playoffs.
The crazy thing is, McDavid and Draisaitl have played together 55 minutes even strength, and Florida they've been outscored. So McDavid and Draisaitl together even strength have been outscored 3-1 on the ice by Florida. So like even when you have your two best players, arguably the two best players in the league, on the ice together, the same line, are still getting outscored. It's hard. That's tough to win.
Yeah, it is
tough.
So yeah, going on to Florida here. I know they're well, I guess they may lose people, they may not, but Marsh is a free agent.
Mm-hmm.
I pretty sure if they win it, Marsh is gonna stay. They're gonna get him some pay.
Well, and Bennett too. Yeah. Bennett, a restricted free agent, or I know Bennett is up for grabs as well, unless he re-signs back.
So, Marsh has been unbelievable this series.
I told you, man, he's gonna be the difference maker before the series started.
Yeah, he's freaking unbelievable. So, and I've seen some rumors of him staying in Florida or him going to Toronto. I think it'd be hilarious if he went to Toronto.
But I don't see that.
I don't see it happening.
I really can't see that.
I think that would be because I know he likes Toronto.
Mm-hmm.
He's always been a fan, but just
as
what he's done as a Boston and being a Boston player, he'll always be known as a Boston Bruin.
Yeah, and he'll always be like, I just don't see how as an organization you could bring in somebody who's universally hated by
your whole fan base.
Yes, I can't. I get it. Everybody will hates the Rat unless he's on your team. There's an argument. Same with Caps have Wilson, so everybody hates on him unless he's on my team. So I was like, I don't hate him. I love that guy. He's great.
He does his job.
Yeah, exactly. Even better than what he's supposed to do. And so for him though, and there's just certain it'd be like fucking Wilson going to the Penguins. It's like that's not happening. I'm sorry. I don't care. I know it's a business, but that's one thing that it's not gonna happen.
Yeah.
Sydney going to the Caps. Yeah. That's not. Those are just lines we don't cross.
Yeah.
It's like unwritten rules.
So yeah, that'll be one interesting thing with Florida is Bennett and Marsh.
They're gonna get paid. Well, Bennett is.
Yeah,
because he's got 14 goals so far in this.
So that's why I'm thinking if he wants to get paid, he's not gonna stay in Florida because Florida won't be able to pay as much. Marsh, he's towards the end. He might just take whatever he can get,
especially if he wins a cup.
Yeah. Sure. So yeah, if Sam does not come back, that's a big hurt for them for sure. But I'm gonna have to say if they don't, if they keep everyone like they have been, you'll see them back in the finals again next year.
Well, because as of right now, I believe they have nine skaters with 15 or more points.
That's gnarly.
And they also have the highest scoring D core. It could be in history throughout the playoffs. It's either throughout all the teams, or it's like and it's history that they've had throughout the playoffs. And then they have, I believe, 19 skaters has recorded a point, or either a point or a goal. You can only dress 18. So if that doesn't talk about Florida depth right now that has come to play throughout the playoffs, then I don't know what does, because that's how much it doesn't bother them losing. Bennett, yeah, granted, he's got 14 goals and he's leading them in goal scoring, but you go down the list, there's still guys that are coming up that are right there, and the Barkovs, Verhaeghes, those guys aren't even the ones that they're not even they're up there, but they're not doing what they were last year, and where they're the go-tos.
Yeah,
it's spread across the board, so it's just well, that's all right. We can lose Bennett.
Yeah.
It's we'll just keep Marchand. If we just keep Marchand, we're good. Because, holy crap, Marchand has definitely redeemed himself of the breakaways and, game winners and everything based off of his one that he failed, and has kind of kickstarted the Florida dynasty. Because if it wasn't for him missing that back 2 years ago or whatever, 2 years ago, I think it was, Florida never advances, and they never make it to the finals.
Yep.
I think they lose that one. I can't remember if it's the losing one, but anyways, yeah. And so Marchand was the reason for all this, and now he's the reason why they're going to potentially win a second cup back-to-back.
Watch him get a hattie tonight.
Right? I mean, it's just been incredible watching him play, especially at the age. It's like, holy, it's like this kid's he's hit another gear. It's like I didn't remember him playing like this in Boston, even during the season. Like it's just like a new life in him has been lifted, and it's been amazing to watch. It's like I hate that guy, but it's like damn, he's been so good this playoff, like this finals, and even in this playoffs, like he has stepped up when needed to be, and that's shown because they're up 3-2.
So yeah, it'll be fun to see what happens with Florida this next year as well as the Oilers. We have now gone through what we think everyone from the playoffs are needing to do. We'll see if they listen to us. We'll be watching.
Yeah.
But yeah, some fun things that happened, like we said. Again, we just want to say thank you so much for this first season, sticking with us, and we hope to have it's the first season. We're learning.
Yeah.
This off season, we're gonna try to learn some more and to bring you guys a better content, more guests, just different things.
Yeah.
Guys, we're really hoping for the best here, and just hopefully again stick with us, let us grow together, and try to make this thing as big as possible. Not just to showcase our talents that we think we have as somewhat of analysts. But to showcase kids from South Dakota, and are from South Dakota as well. So
especially when you guys just make you want to maybe pursue even longer career in hockey, because most kids that we've known growing up in South Dakota, basically it's high school, it's kind of it.
Yeah,
it's not very many that go on and move on like the Sandersons or the Walker Doolers and all those those types of guys. Like it's really cool to see them move on and have careers in hockey and even in potentially in the NHL. Like it just grows the game for us even more, and the game itself that we all love to play.
So again, thank you guys for a great season. We will be putting stuff here on YouTube, some shorts of hockey clips and some videos of some crazy signings and things like that in the off season. So subscribe to here on YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, and we'll try to hit some Twitter up. We have been terrible with it.
I was away over the weekend, so I was in Minneapolis.
So I forget that we sometimes have it. So
man, I get locked into those games, dude. I'm like, because I watch on my phone, so it's hard for me to switch to Twitter and watch on the phone. And then Elliot Friedman's notification pops up before I even see it on the freaking live, and so I'm like, oh, thanks Fried, you just ruined it for me. Nice, all you tweeted was 29. Yeah, okay, that's nice. 5 seconds later, he scores an overtime goal. Thanks. Thanks, Fried. Thanks.
So again, thank you guys. We very much appreciate it. We want to say again, thank you to Brandon that has came on.
Yes.
Carter, again, thank you for coming on.
Yeah, totally.
We really appreciate you guys, and
good luck in the draft.
Yeah,
for sure.
Carter, we'll be cheering you on. You'll definitely hear from us. So, other than that, guys, take care. We'll see you guys all next year. Hopefully, with some pretty big news. So, take care. Peace out, guys.